Morning Musume has been operating by generations since its creation. Members get their sotsugyo to leave the group and others are added through auditions to make the heart of the group beat. This video introduces you to the history of the 13th generation, from its creation in 2016 to today. During the group's fall 2016 tour titled My Vision, members who make up the 13th generation were introduced to the public on the Nippon Budokan stage, during the first MC of the December 12th concert.
埼玉県出身、高校1年生15歳の横山玲奈です。長所と個性をたくさん出して頑張りたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。ということで、13期メンバーの横山玲奈ちゃん、皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。と見せかけて、もう一人います。それでは発表します。モーニング娘。13期メンバー、加賀楓。それでは自己紹介お願いします。
はい、東京都出身、高校2年生17歳の加賀楓です。新メンバーとして一から努力をして先輩をどんどん追い抜いていけるように頑張ります。よろしくお願いします。
13期メンバーは横山玲奈、加賀楓を含めた13人で、活動していきたいと思いますので、皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。
The two members come from Hello Pro Kenshusei, the trainees, and have already worked together. For example, during the events Satoyama and Satumi Aki Camp 2016 or the play Nega Poji Poji. Now let's introduce the two members individually before they became Morning Musume members. Kaidi joined Kenshusei in November 2012, having applied for the Morning Musume audition for the 11th generation, which will be won, as you know, by Oda Sakura. She therefore joined Hello Pro Kenshusei as a member of the 17th generation and will stay there for 4 years. During her first interviews given as a member of Morning Musume, she admits to having thought of giving up several times. She thought a lot about her situation and thought she was too old to get a promotion and finally become an idol. She also saw several of her mates from Kenshusei, both older than younger, start before her. Like, for example, one of her generation mates Makino Maria, who won the Morning Musume audition for the 12th generation, while Kaidi had auditioned again and failed for the second time in a row. In June 2016, she went to see her manager to explain the reasons for her willingness to leave. He respected her choice and told her to wait until the end of the year, December 2016, to see what might happen. In mid-November 2016, Kaidi was asked to shoot an episode of the web emission Hello Station with Fukumura Mizuki, leader of Morning Musume 16.
続いてはこちらのコーナーです。ネクストハロー。さあ、このコーナーではテーマに沿ってハロプロ研修生がさまざまなチャレンジをしてさらなるスキルアップを目指していこうというコーナーです。1人目のハロプロ研修生は加賀楓ちゃんです。
はい、ハロプロ研修生の加賀楓です。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。 それでは今回のテーママイビジョンにおける2017年のかがちゃんのチャレンジを発表します。かがちゃん13期メンバーとして一緒にモーニング娘。16として頑張っていきましょうかがちゃんを13期メンバーとして迎え入れることが決定しましたおめでとうどうですか？嬉しい。嬉しい？
嬉しい。モーニング娘。さんに憧れて入ってきたので、
急だったからびっくりしたね
先輩方みたいにかっこよくパフォーマンスできる人になれるように頑張ります。よろしくお願いします。
それでも180がないのは前髪のニュアンスだけでなんとかするわ。今もどんな風に生きるか歩けるほど決めるわよ。
Once announced to the Japanese public, she will quickly be categorized as the member who finally joined the group she wanted, after so much effort. Note that Kaidi was already very well known, by the fans of course, but I mean above all by the Hello Project members themselves, by the many activities she had held over the past 4 years. Like for example, 8 different tours including 156 concerts for Hello Project, 5 different tours including 85 concerts for the group Cute, 4 concerts for the group Juice Juice, and 2 different tours including 7 concerts for the group Morning Musume with the 13 and 16 lineups. She took part in other events, such as the famous play Lilium in collaboration between the group Anjima and Morning Musume, which allowed her to get to know some of the members of the colorful era, some with whom she will work later. Among the 110 members welcomed throughout the history of Hello Pro Kenshusei, Kaga Kaidi is in 24th position in the ranking of the group's largest tenure, 4 years, 1 month and 4 days. Now let's move on to Reina. She joined Hello Pro Kenshusei after losing hearing from Morning Musume for the 13th generation. This audition was launched in January 2016, but it was relaunched in June 2016 since the staff haven't found promising candidate. It was at the second audition that Reina took part and that she unfortunately lost, but the staff offered her a place with the Kenshusei, which she accepted. After 4 months of training with the Kenshusei, Fukumura Mizuki announces to her in the same way as Kaidi, during a filming of an episode of Hello Station, that she is part of the Morning Musume from now on.
埼玉県出身、高校1年生15歳の横山玲奈です。好きな食べ物は春巻きです。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。それでは今回のテーママイビジョンにおける2017年の横山玲奈ちゃんのチャレンジを発表します、これからモーニング娘。16のメンバーとして一緒に頑張ってもらいます。横山玲奈ちゃん、モーニング娘。の13期メンバーに決定しました。おめでとうございます。びっくりだね。
Among the 110 members welcomed throughout the history of Hello Pro Kenshusei, Yokoyama Reina is in 107th position in the ranking of the group's largest tenure, 4 months and 7 days, which makes her the second member who debuted as an idol the fastest while being a Kenshusei before. Now that you know more about member conditions before joining the group, let's introduce their debut as 13th generation members. Very quickly, Fans and group members such as the 13th generation members themselves are going to realize that Kaidi and Reina have absolutely nothing in common. Leader Fukumura Mizuki will confess 4 years later on her blog, "At first, I was a bit worried by this two-people generation formation, especially because they were so much different from each other. But now, when I look at the 13th generation, I always laugh and feel soothed. I think these two people fit together now." Even during their first interviews, the members themselves said that they had nothing in common and that they didn't know how to behave towards each other. "At first, I had trouble getting closer to Yokoyama. We had trouble communicating. I had the opportunity to talk to Kudo-san about it once and she told me that maybe we had a different relationship than other members of the same generation had with each other. Haga-san also advised me by telling me that I would have to take the first step because maybe Yokoyama was intimidated. A sentence from her marked me, 'Otherwise, you will end up rivals.' That's when I understood. It was better to break the ice and say what we had to say to each other rather than continue like this and have a cold relationship. I like the relationship I currently have with Yokoyama. I think we are on the right track towards complicity."
変なのしちゃった。なんだこれ。
何やってんの？
間違えた間違えた。
やめて。
うるさいよ。
そうやって。
うるさいよ。
ちゃんとして。
The girls will hold a radio program exclusive to their generation which they decide to call reversible radio to mark their total difference. Their height, their hair length, their face, their personalities. Anyway, you get it. At first, this difference motivated the girls to give the best of themselves to be able to surpass the other one, therefore considering themselves as rivals. But the weeks passed and they quickly realized that these differences were made so that they complement each other. Yokoyama has her smile which gives her all her charm. As soon as I joined Kenshusei, I was told to smile more because I never did. The staff members, my teachers, they were all fed up with my face which never looked happy. Yet on this tour I smiled so much, even during my performances. It's really incredible, it has never happened to me so much. And sometimes when I see Yokoyama smiling, it makes me want to do it too. She has that power. Kaidi is a reliable generation mate. If I have any gaps in the choreography, she will come by herself to advise me, help me, have me rehearse again and again to get there. She's very honest and always tells me when I do or say something wrong. I can be serene with her by my side. The behavioral part, which includes smiling, straight talk, socialization is Reina's competence. The professional part, which includes the dance training, rehearsal, the scene is Kaidi's competence. The two help each other out with the tools they already have. Now let's move on to the second part, the members' debut event. Like most new members, the 13th generation held a debut event in which the girls play games and introduce themselves. This event is mainly used for the first contact with fans and is often accompanied by the mentor of the generation, here Kudo Haruka. For a little background, Kudo Haruka had mentioned from the first presentation of the generation that she found the members were a kind of combination of her. Kaidi has short hair and Reina was from Saitama Prefecture. Two characteristics specific to Haruka back then. This was then picked up by the members themselves and Haruka was subsequently assigned as a mentor for the generation. They worked together for a year, until Haruka got her Sotsugyo during the group tour in Aki 2017. Back to the event. One of the games offers a question and answer session. The passage is quite long so I shortened it, but in my opinion, it already presents very well the contrast between the two members of the generation.
よーいスタート。一番テンションが上がる瞬間を教えてください。
寝ている時、
ほう。
春巻きを食べている時、
春巻き。そして弱点を教えてください。
弱点、可愛いものが苦手。
まばたきが多いねって言われる時。
これがないと生きていけないというものを教えてください。
甘いもの。
おお、
春巻き。
それを可愛く言ってください。
甘いもの。春巻き。
そう
さすがですね。
最近やってしまった失敗を教えてください。
失敗。お風呂のお湯を入れてたら線を抜きっぱなしだった。
ああ、家詰めてなかったね。はい、横山。
スカートを前後ろ逆で履いていた。
モーニング娘。に入ってびっくりしたことは？
びっくりしたこと、フォーメーションダンスが細かすぎる。
おお。そして横山。
楽屋がすっごい賑やかで楽しい。
おお。モーニング娘。17のメンバー2人っきりで無人島に行くなら一緒に行くのは誰を選びますか？カイリー。
佐藤さん。
おお。横山。
工藤さん。
おお。メンバー誰かと1日入れ替わるなら誰を選びますか？
牧野さん。
おお。横山。
石田さん。
おお。それでは想像してください。
はい
モーニング娘。17のメンバーで劇をすることになりました。妖精役をやることになったメンバーは誰でしょ
牧野さん。
う？おう。そして横山。
横やん。
横山。
横やん。
ちなみに工藤さんは？
工藤さんも横やんですね。
横山。じゃあ最後にこれからの加賀会で横山玲奈のどこに注目してほしいか発表してください。
歌の成長っぷり。
歌の成長っぷり。そして横山。
笑顔です。
はい、ありがとうございます。
During this event, the two new members will make their statement of determination, in which they announce the main lines of their objectives as an idol but especially as a Morning Musume member.
決意表明、横山玲奈。13期メンバーとして加入して約2ヶ月が経ちました。自分がモーニング娘。にいること、今でも驚きです。私の研修生での活動は約3ヶ月。歌については全くの初心者です。なので今は不安や心配ばかりあります。同期は1人、楓が同期とした時はすごく安心感がありました。素直に嬉しかったです。13期メンバーが加入して新しいモーニング娘。になった今、私はまず自分の役割を見つけ、たくさんの方に必要とされるメンバーになりたいです。先輩方からも、もちろん応援してくれている皆さんからも、モーニング娘。に必要って思っていただけるよう、これからの活動全力で頑張ります。そして私の目標は MC で盛り上げること。パフォーマンス力はもちろん MC の力もどんどんつけていきたいと思っています。これからも応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。ということでね、
決意表明、加賀楓。私はハロプロ研修生として4年間活動してきました。きっと楽しかったことよりも辛かったことの方が多かったかもしれません。悔しかったことの方が多かったかもしれません。でもその分得たものはそれ以上に多かったと思います。積み上げてきたものがあるからこそ、お披露目の時の武道館の景色はとても新しくて今でも忘れられません。たくさんのサイリウムが嬉しくて正直あまり見られませんでした。でも今は嬉しいことばかりではなく、当然辛いこともまだまだあります。むしろ研修生の時より増えました。だけど絶対に負けたくありません。今の先輩たちにだって、ハロープロジェクトのグループにだって、他のアーティストさんにだって負けたくありません。この気持ちが今の一番の強みです。これまでしてきた努力はこれからも続けていきます。何でもできますが当たり前でありたいです。まだまだ未熟な私ですが、いつかグループを引っ張っていける中心的な存在になりたいです。研修生の時に経験した悔しさ、モーニング娘。の一員になれた嬉しさを常に心に置いて、一歩一歩確実に進んでいきます。
ありがとうございました。
13th generation officially joined by participating in the group's activities on January 1st, 2017. This is the year the group celebrated its 20-year career in September. 13th generation debut single is the group's 63rd single entitled Brand New Morning Jealousy Jealousy, out in March 2017. 4 tracks featured this single: Brand New Morning, Jealousy Jealousy, Morning Musume and Get You. The first song, entitled Brand New Morning, is a song that shows a new side of the group with the new lineup. The songwriter Hoshipe Sho nicknamed Morning Musume as the strongest army, to show their unique identity, which made him reach the group 20 years anniversary. This song highlights the two new members with solo lines on the pre-chorus that Kaga Kaidi analyzed. We both got a solo part that, somewhere, comes together. The first sentence is sung by Yokoyama, "How can I do if I have nothing?" which represents a discouraged and negative girl. The second sentence is sung by me, "Believe it, the future we imagined is coming," which supports the first girl, her mate. I really find that the two sentences come together. I sing this line with this conscience in mind. That's how I interpreted this song. Moreover, it's a song with a very complicated choreography to learn, a challenge met with flying colors by the two new members, who were praised by Ashida Ayumi herself, the group's dance machine.
こう正直新メンバーが加入した最初のシングルって振り付けがちょっと単純になったりすることが多いんですけど、今回は複雑なフォーメーションダンスに早速挑戦していたりするっていうのは、この13期メンバーの2人が覚えが早い、ものすごく優秀な子たちだったから。
The second song, Jealousy Jealousy, also has a music video. This is a song written by Zunku, which was performed much more in the years that followed, thanks to the catchy beat and lyrics. Maybe thanks to the more broader theme as well. It's pretty obvious, but this song tells about one of the favorite emotions of our beloved Zunku-san, the jealousy. I think it's a song that everyone can enjoy, that everyone can relate to as well. The lyrics, "I want to be pretty," are more for girls. I think all girls have thought that at least once in their life. There's also a surprising part with the rap. I'm a person who expresses jealousy very quickly, so I really like this song. Facing Kaga, when I look at her, I wonder why she dances so well and why I'm not as good as her. I'm also a bit jealous of Kudo Haruka-san, who gets along with literally every member. I would like to become like her. We can interpret the lyrics of Jealousy Jealousy. From my point of view, I see them as the envy that a senior would have towards their new members. It's as if Zunku-san had managed to transcribe what my heart is feeling right now. It's kinda embarrassing. This single's limited special edition offers two other songs, including Morning Musume. This is a cover of the group's first song entitled Morning Coffee, released in January 1998, which will benefit from a music video and other special shooting versions. The group will also promote a collaboration that will bring about special soups between members, Kaidi and Reina being together for this work. Finally, the song Get You is a collaboration song with AKB48 member Sashihara Rhino. Quite a lot of work for a first single, right? Now, let's talk about the 13th generation today. Today, the 13th generation entered its 5th year of career. They have managed to build several activities individually in topics that interest them. For example, radio for Reina and dance for Kaidi. If you remember correctly, these were two goals that the members cited in their statement of determination. Here is a brief evolution for both of them. they have other areas of interest which they exploit as well.
鍛えないとダメだもんね。私のあれはですね、横山色ですね。あ、横山。
塗りすぎたとしてもこの後しっかり直せるので結構
Within the group, the 13th generation is considered one of the most iconic duos in the current lineup. They very often reproduce comic episodes influenced by the manzai form, Reina being the Bokeh and Kaidi being the Tsukomi. These roles have never changed, but on the other hand, Kaidi has more and more allowed herself to play Reina's game.
加賀さんは最初静かで真面目な方かなって思ったんですけど、真面目じゃなかったけど聞きましょう真面目は変わらないんですけど、横山さんとふざけてる姿を見てすごい笑ってたので、それがなんか楽しそうだなって思ったり。
In 2019, after only 3.5 years of career, the 13th generation becomes the mentor of the 3 new members who form the 15th generation. According to them, Reina represents the senpai who helps them to integrate into the group and to their new idol status. Kaidi represents the senpai who helps them in the work in a technical way. A duo still perfectly synchronized. Thank you for watching this video of the presentation and evolution of Morning Musume 13th generation. A lot of guide videos have been produced lately, where the lineup was presented in an individual way. That's why I found it better to make a totally duo-centric video. Hope you enjoyed and could have learned more about these 2 unique members.
せーの、バイバーイ。なんだよこれ。楽しかった。